Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. April 26. Happiness is not the point. I don't think happiness or unhappiness is the point. How do we meet the problems we face? How do we best learn from them and transmit what we have learned to others if they would receive the knowledge? As Bill sees it, page 306. In my search to be happy, I changed jobs, married and divorced, took geographical cures, and ran myself into debt, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. In AA, I'm learning to grow up. Instead of demanding that people, places, and the things make me happy, I can ask God for self-acceptance. When a problem overwhelms me, AA's 12 steps will help me grow through the pain. The knowledge I gain can be a gift to others who suffer with the same problem. As Bill said, when pain comes, we are expected to learn from it willingly and help others to learn. When happiness comes, we accept it as a gift and thank God for it. As Bill sees it, page 306. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, April 26. The most important words many of us hear when we first come to Al-Anon are, take what you like and leave the rest. Everything about our program is suggested, not required. This gives us the freedom to pick and choose. If we disagree with something, we don't have to use it. If we are not ready to use a step, slogan, or tool, we are free to wait. Many of us need time to come to terms with the spiritual nature of the Al-Anon program. If we were required to believe in a higher power in order to participate in Al-Anon, we might never have continued to attend meetings. Eventually, many of us do come to believe in a higher power because we are free to come to our own understanding in our own time. That way, whatever we learn will have meaning for us. When we take what we like and leave the rest, we give ourselves permission to challenge new ideas, to make decisions for ourselves, and even to change our minds. Today's reminder: because I am able to use whatever I find helpful and leave the rest, I can benefit from the experience, strength, and hope of others and still follow my own heart. With the help of this program and my higher power, I take charge of fashioning, shaping, choosing what kind of life I will have in all our affairs. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, April 26. Self-acceptance. The most effective means of achieving self-acceptance is through applying the 12 steps of recovery. IP number 19, Self-Acceptance. Most of us came to Narcotics Anonymous without much self-acceptance. We looked at the havoc we had wreaked in our active addiction, and we loathed ourselves. We had difficulty accepting our past and the self-image produced by it. Self-acceptance comes more quickly when we first accept that we have a disease called addiction. Because it's easier to accept ourselves as sick people than as bad people. And the easier it is to accept ourselves, the easier it becomes to accept responsibility for ourselves. We achieve self-acceptance through the process of ongoing recovery. Working the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous teaches us to accept ourselves and our lives. Spiritual principles like surrender, honesty, faith, and humility help relieve us of the burden of our past mistakes. Our attitude changes with the application of these principles in our daily lives. Self-acceptance grows as we grow in recovery. Just for today, self-acceptance is a process set in motion by the 12 steps Today, I will trust the process, practice the steps, and learn to better accept myself. Today, Emotions Anonymous, April 26. Reflection for today. In the aftermath of inventorying my specific defects of character, I found that underlying them all was a profound conviction that I am fundamentally defective in my very being. I am programmed with these false instructions. You are not good enough, and it's your fault. And you are responsible for being better, but no matter what you do, you are weak and wrong, and you are condemned. But in my fifth step, my higher power gave me permission to accept myself for being me. Meditation for today. May I understand that I am not guilty for being no better than I am. Today I will remember I am a part, not a part. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. April 26. Trait 5. We live life from the viewpoint of victims and are attracted by that weakness in our love and friendship relationships. BRB, page 14. This trait was hard for some of us to relate to. Don't call us victims, we thought. We made it through hell and back. We were tough. The idea that we marched through the world choosing sick people was almost offensive. It took a while to come out of our denial. We learned about para-alcoholism and codependency, and that without help, we were destined to continue recreating the past. We started seeing the truth in our daily lives, how our feelings of hopelessness very often had come from thoughts like, the world is too big for me to handle, and I just can't make it. We recognized that we felt like victims who were being taken advantage of. We noticed how we habitually avoided people who seemed self-confident because we didn't know how to talk to them and they didn't seem to need us. We'd felt uncomfortable around them but didn't know why. When we understand that we are truly powerless over other people but not ourselves, we discover our willingness to change. The 12 steps give us a blueprint to follow to become self-confident and assertive, the very type of person we had always avoided but secretly wanted to be all those years. We begin to attract others who are self-confident. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will be aware when I feel unequal to others. I will stop and affirm that I am just as important as everyone else. Remember that you are not alone on this recovery journey. DHB Recovery Network.